The special attendee that we have here today is that guy right there. Welcome to the United States Air Force Academy, Jolly Green. I tell you what, it just a wave of emotion came over me. First of all, I'm so proud that it is here. We've tried for a long time to get a helicopter on this base. I've looked at all of these fighters and bombers and everything, and the Jolly Green organization, actually full air rescue organization, was the most decorated of all organizations in the Vietnam War. And yet we didn't even have a helicopter, much less a Jolly Green. But we had the best mission in the world. Our job was to bring these guys home because they only had a couple of other options: death, the Hanoi Hilton, and me. So we had a lot of pride in what we were able to do, and there was nothing that felt better than having picked up a guy out of the jungle, take him back somewhere where his injuries could be treated, take him off that Jolly Green, have a little champagne, a little whiskey, and celebrate another great mission. I said, boy, they fixed you up pretty good, didn't they? Took you out of the weeds, no bullet holes, and painted you. My goodness. Welcome to the Air Force Academy, Jolly Green 5-6, which was my call sign.
So Carson Helicopters, we've been around for approximately 60 years, and we specialize in the S-61, or the H-3, as it was referred to in the military. We remanufacture them, we repair them, we overhaul them, and occasionally we restore them for museums. We understood that somebody was looking for an HH-3, so a Jolly Green Giant, as they're referred to in Vietnam. Luckily for us, we actually have most of the remaining fuselages here at Carson Helicopters.
A friend of mine mentioned the Air Force was looking for a helicopter for the Air Force Academy. Through our discussions, we located one in our boneyard that sort of met their requirements.
Total coincidence, by the way, when we finally found a Jolly Green that we thought we could renovate, rehab, and bring to the Academy. It was at Carson Helicopters back on the East Coast. So we did some digging, and by golly, I actually flew this babe a lot.
The Air Force Academy and the Air Force Academy Foundation was incredibly helpful in this situation. They were able to actually get us data packages, the same data packages Sikorsky would have seen in the 1960s and 70s when creating these helicopters, showing the schematics, specific paint codes, what should be written on the helicopters themselves. So it was a museum piece. I mean, this really was a labor of love, of going through the history of the aircraft and figuring out the exact image those Vietnam servicemen would have seen when they saw that helicopter. Once our sheet metal team got through with it, it became pretty clear that we had a working model on our hands, and then our paint team really went above and beyond and creating an aircraft that, in my opinion, looks brand new.
We're really happy that we were part of the process. It's an honor to actually do it for the Air Force so they can set this up for one of their display items. So it was real nice. We appreciate that. You know, it's a pleasure. We have some guys here that were veterans that were kind of excited to work on the projects because it was interesting. We have a lot of experience of working on these types of aircraft over all these years, and that's what the glory is about working at Carson's. We have, you know, S-61 experience on a lot of these helicopters. Plus, we're getting Black Hawk experience as well. So this is awesome.
It's a unique aircraft that's probably rescued over 1 million people in its history, and there's nothing like it in aviation that can replace it. We still think it's a great helicopter, and we think if it had modern engines and with our blades, it would be very competitive with the latest thing they're buying right now. In fact, we think it would be better. I mean, that's my own personal opinion.
So I'm very excited to see how this looks. Proud on display, and I hope more so than that we make the individuals that worked with this aircraft back in the day proud of what we're delivering.
This baby and his brothers, they not only brought home guys that had been shot down, they brought me home over 200 times. And I'm glad they did. It will, I hope, motivate and encourage and maybe even do a little teaching to the cadets here about resilience, persistence, bravery, professionalism, and getting good training, and the lessons to be learned from the example set by Rescue, Jolly Greens, and others, I think will help motivate, create a understanding by cadets and others of what it takes when you're asked to go the distance. I got so many people to thank that dollar-wise and in support, but mainly I want to thank all my brethren in the Jolly Greens and the Rescue, all the different organizations for doing what they did and bringing guys home and making it possible that we were able to fly, fight, and win in all that we did.